Young Billy.
Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still UPK, still undefeated, still one West, still keep the heat up, still in the streets, still on the block. My people need healing, priests and prophets, bring it out. Black Watch. The white man is the devil, drop dead and kick rocks. Blood of an Israelite, this for the 12 tribes. I'm a soldier, motherfucker, so I'm ready to block. Cross the line, play with your life. Now who they talking about? That UPK. Long beards and them niggas with them boots and braids, raising up the children of Israel every goddamn day. Warfare, angry black men with rage. UPK, motherfucker. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out.
Hey, Shalom Israel. You know what time it is. Take Ground Radio, Take Ground Breakdowns. Went West, 125th Street, home, New York. You know what we do, relationship advice for not only, couples, but also for family, friends, loved ones, co-workers. As you coming into the truth, as you getting this new knowledge, as you changing your life, you don't want to, you got to become new. You got to learn again. You got to be like a baby. You got to be born again, like the scriptures call it. What does that mean? It means behaving differently, treating your brother and your sister and your people differently, reacting differently to different situations, not like how you used to do when you was in the world. When you operated in the world, taught you to operate this world, taught you how to operate. So we're going to get straight into it. Today we're going to talk about black collar work. Okay, you heard of white collar work. Now we're going to blue collar work. We're going to talk about black collar work. Okay. Like I said, we live at 5:30 every Wednesday. Bring your questions. The show runs best when you bring in your questions. Bring your questions to the show about your relationships and the things you got, the questions you got. All right. So let's get it popping. Hold on one sec. Checking some things out. Now we in the game. All right. Black collar work. Black collar work. What is black collar work? And what do I mean by black collar work? Hold on one second. I think somebody's here at the school. Let's get one quick.
Young Billy.
Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still UPK, still undefeated, still one West, still keep the heat up, still in the streets, still on the...
All right, we're back in the game. We're back in the game. All right. So let's get your questions in. Black collar work, black collar work. You've heard of blue collar work. You've heard of white collar work. Now you will need to know of black collar work. All right. White collar work is if you're working in an office building, working with paper work a lot. It's white collar. Blue collar is physical work, construction, mechanics, working in that field. That's blue collar work. Black collar work means you have a woman that you work with, that you take care of mentally, man. That's black collar work. It means, women, they're not always easy to maintain and to keep them together. It means most women need some type of work to be in a relationship with them. Pretty much all women, they need a certain amount of work that needs to take place for you to be in a relationship with them. That work right there, especially you Black, Hispanic, Native American, you're dealing with all the problems of this kingdom. That's pressures and stresses and racism and white supremacy. All our people are dealing with. That's part of the work of black collar work. All right. So you gotta take care of the woman. All right, you gotta be there for her mentally. You gotta be. You gotta be a pillar for her mind. All right, means she gotta be able to, trust in you with her mind. Like you gotta, most brothers know this, but they don't get any credit for this type of work. A woman is, supposed to be a pillar of rest, but you also have to put in the work to upkeep the relationship, even as she is a pillar of rest. All right. Hold on a second. So let's get your questions. Let's get the questions. Got to get my music going. Let's get the comments going. Let's get some music popping.
Why hasn't your pastor, who has the Bible in the church, why hasn't he showed you this? Because the world does not want to
All right.
be revealed.
Can't find my old music. But yeah, so that's that black collar work. Okay, brothers got to get credit. Brothers got to get credit for black collar work as well. Like, you got a woman, you gotta be there for through her uh everything she goes through as well, her flower period, pregnancies, all that. You got to make sure you give yourself credit for that, black man and black woman. You got to make sure you give your man credit for that too. Don't treat that as nothing. That's why it's important that the man gets all the money in the relationship, or at least he has the say. Like, he can say, okay, I want her to handle all the bills. She can just hold on to the money. She can hold on to the bank account, balance the books and all that. But he have to be able to say that. Like, he is the relation, the money majority belongs to the man. All of it belongs to the man, and then he give her some to go splurge with. Now, that don't mean he have to deal with all the expenses every day to day and paying it and stuff. He can delegate that to her, but he delegates that. That's not all her money and then his money and this and that. No, that money belonged to him. Like, why? Because he black collars you. He keeps that money able to come into your pocket. The Lord keeps you with strength to make that money. The Lord make you keep them legs working so you can make that money. So you need to do what the Lord said with the money. All the money belongs to the man, because he the one keeping her together. He the one keeping her spirit together. He the one maintaining her like a father take care of his children. Not that he's doing everything for his children, but when the children run into a problem and a snag and they need that guidance, they go to their father. And that's what a husband is. He represents that guidance. He represents them going to their father. And getting that help. Otherwise, you ain't giving him the right respect. It's going to be a problem in your relationship. It's going to be a problem. Because you're not giving him that respect. You're not giving him that credit for what he does. That's why they talk about a lot, like a man doesn't feel appreciated. Like, they'll say, okay, man doesn't feel appreciated because of this, because of that. He don't feel appreciated when you don't appreciate him. When you don't give him the credit for that work that he does for you in keeping your mind together and giving you direction, that leadership. That's that black collar work that I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That needs to be always respected. Let's see if I can find my song. There we go. All right, hold on. Let's get our music popping. Let me know if you can still hear the music or not. But yeah, that's that black collar work. And black collar work, you can say you can't hear the music. Black collar work must be respected. Yeah, black collar work must be respected. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, black collar work, that work that a man puts in to guide a woman and listen to a woman and give her that emotional support, that shit must be respected, man. You can't look at, I don't give a damn if the niggas stay on the couch all day. He providing emotional support and stability, mental stability in that environment. And that's what women need in their life. They need stability. They need to know there's, no matter what happens, there's a man that gonna care. There's a man that's gonna listen and it's gonna be invested in what happens. If you the type of dude that ain't putting in that work for that, how you gonna expect her to be successful and give you all her money? Like, you gonna want her to give you that money, which she should, and you earn that money by being there, by being her support. But this is what they don't want to talk about. This is what they don't want to. This is what they want to act like don't matter. This is what they don't want to give credit for. This is where we say, you know, the men feel unappreciated. This is where that comes from. And the women who don't appreciate the men that are there for them every day and talk and listen to their problems and provides that emotional, mental stability for them. If you a woman, you got a man in your life that does that, and you're not appreciating him for that, that's a fucking problem. It's a problem. Because every man should feel appreciated, because he go out his way to listen to your problems. That shit take energy to deal with your crying spells, to, you know, deal with your attitude. Every man deal with his woman, whenever it come or go, whatever level of how hard the bad the attitude is. The fact that he's there dealing with that, he need to be respected for that. The problem is women nowadays don't appreciate that emotional support that men bring to them, or whatever. Some women don't, and it becomes extra draining. That's why they got that old saying that, you know, this woman wants you to bring you the sun, the moon, and the stars, and all that. Basically, these women want you to do this and do that for them, above and beyond the call of duty, but they don't appreciate the basics that you provide for them. And the basics is the lifeline. Without the basics, without a man just being there and being invested in that woman, without that, I don't give a damn what you provide her. If you sending her a check, you paying all her bills. You send her a $5,000 check every month, but you're not there emotionally for her and mentally for her. Like, you ain't there to check her or you know, hear her problems and hear what's going on in her head and decipher that shit and give her the right leadership and teach her what to do. I don't give a damn how many checks you writing for her every month. You ain't taking care of that woman. She if you just sending her a check every month, $5,000 every month just to live, you not taking care of her. You're gonna be sending her that money, and it's gonna be another man that she get the money to because he'll be the one there taking care of her. How he taking care of her? Not financially, mentally. He listening to her problems. He invested in her life and not money. He invested in did something happened in her day or not. You know, her how she feel accomplished or not. Like a woman could be so accomplished and be CEO of goddamn Microsoft, but if she don't have no man in her life that's telling her, you know, she's doing a good job, it's all for nothing. That's just the way women are. Women need that validation, that male validation. And the moment they don't have that male validation, they're going to seek validation from somewhere else. They're going to seek that validation from somewhere else. And that somewhere else could be anything. Don't know what it could be. You don't know what it'll be. It could be any damn thing. And 9 times out of 10, it's something destructive. She goes and gets that validation from something destructive. And, you know, it's going to be a problem for you. It's going to be a problem for everybody because she getting validation from a place that's not for her. She getting validation from a place that is not meant for her. That's your job, black man. That's your job to validate her existence, man. She here for you. She here to serve you. That's her whole job on earth, is to serve her husband. If that ain't going on, then what's going on? You lacking. That's why we call it black collar work, because it takes work to maintain a woman and the you know, all the things you got to do. So that's what you want to do. So let's get some questions in, man. But yeah, so women, you shouldn't feel some type of way if you're supposed to give that man all that money. You know, when you know, don't feel some type of way when you're supposed to give that man, when that man is supposed to be in charge. Because no matter what's going on, he earning that shit. He earning that right to be the head. Let's change the music up real quick. Yeah, the man earns that right. So that's what it is. That's what you're supposed to do as a woman. Bring him that money, cater to him, take care of him, all of that. Because 9 times out of 10, you don't see, unless somebody really pointed out to you, or you've been without it for a long time, or you used to having it, and you recognize the worth of having a man in your corner. Why do you think a lot of these young girls acting a damn fool? They want to act up and jump around and act a fool and twerk on the headlights. Why do you think they want to do that? They want to do that because they're trying to get validation and male attention. If you already got that validation and male attention every day and leadership every day, you don't have to go out your way to get all that attention. You don't have to dress like a damn WWE fighter with a leotard on. You don't have to go twerk on headlights. That leadership you getting is precious, man. That validation you get from that man is precious. So you better respect that shit. You better respect that shit. Because if you take it lightly, like you don't need no man to validate you, you don't need no man to make you feel special, you don't need no man to none of that shit, and you feel like you can go get it from somewhere else, or you can just go without it, you on the path to destroying yourself. Some people are like, what do you mean? How'd you go destroy yourself? It ain't that deep. It is that deep. Because you don't have nobody who's invested in your life. So when you having all these problems, that's why the internet is flooded with women talking into the camera. Think about it. When you look on the internet, how many women is sitting in a car, got the damn phone, and they sitting there talking to the phone. They talking to the camera. They talking to all the people online. They ain't got nobody at home, no man at home to talk to. Niggas ain't on there. Everyday niggas ain't on there. Yeah, I had a hard day at work, and yeah, I'm wearing the blue jeans outfit today, and this. They're not sitting on the phone talking into the internet. Women are doing that, and 9 times out of 10 is women that don't have no man to validate them. So since they don't have no man to validate them, they need the phone and the likes to validate them. They need some randoms on the internet to validate them. Oh, you so pretty, queen. You so princess. You this, you that. They need to be on the internet because they need to try to get the attention from somewhere. That shit run the earth. Like, women getting attention run the earth. They need that. They're going to go to extreme lengths to get that attention, to the point where some women, they feel they need love. They want to be loved. What do? They go sleep around. Any dude that say hi to them or say what's up to them or drive up to them and say some, say something to them, they ready to drop their drawers and go sleep with them. Some women, this is the women I'm saying, that don't have no type of validation, and they looking for that validation, but they being taught that they don't need no validation from no man. Hence, the black collar work must be respected. The black collar work being the work that a man puts in when he gives a woman attention. That shit is work. Niggas don't want to give women random attention. They want the sex and then that's it. And they ready to go do what they want to do. But that extra attention that a man gives to a woman that he's in a relationship with, not a whore. Whore, he don't give that bitch that attention. That's why she's steady trying to get it. He sleep with her and throw away that she's trying to run to another dude or somebody else because he ain't really giving her that solid attention. He giving her that sexual attention and moving on, but that emotional and that mental support ain't there. That's why the pimping game was like that. That's why the pimping game was so strong, because the pimp was giving the hoe the mental and emotional stability and support and validation. And 9 times out of 10, he wasn't even having sex with her. He wasn't having sex with her like once a week or nothing like that. He wasn't having sex with her. He's just giving her the mental stimulation and emotional support, and let her have the sex with whoever in the world she wants to, and bring that money back to him. That's that black collar work that need to be respected, that everyday men do, who's in relationships that nobody respect. A nigga busts his ass. That's why a black man shouldn't have to bust his ass at work the way he do. You got a woman, you shouldn't have to bust your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because you already working extra shift being there for that woman. Giving her that, you are her therapist. You giving her that emotional and that financial support, that advice, that this, that, the validation. You giving her all of that. You working, constantly working. That's why when the black man working the slavery for the white man, and then he got to come home and give all that support, he don't be having the extra energy to give her the support. Then that's the dynamic where she say, you work too much. You're not there for me. You work too much. Because he saw the energy is used already. So when he get to her, he's just a worn out thing, and he can't give her that validation and emotion. That's why the woman then need to make sure she bring that man her money. So he don't have to be extremely stressed. He don't have to work 60 hours a week. He can work 30, 20, 10, 5, whatever, 20, 15 hours a week, and also be there for her while she works and does things as well. But he has that extra energy to give her that emotional support that she need, that validation that she need. And if she don't have it, all types of hell is going to break loose. Because it'll just make the relationship more straining, because she gonna feel like he ain't there for her, even though he's paying all these bills. Niggas talking about they pay all the women's bills. You a fool, man. You running around chasing $1 for a woman who gonna run and chase another man. Because you chasing $1, you ain't being there. You're not there giving. You're not getting money from her. You letting her take money and do whatever she want with it while you pay all the bills. You basically working for your woman instead of your woman working for you. That's the opposite of the way the Lord said it to be. The woman to help me, not the man. You listening to the wrong music. If you a man and you got a woman or two, you got a wife, you got 2 wives, you got 3 wives, you got whatever, or you just got one woman, but you're always there for her. You're her shoulder that she lean on, that she cry on. You're that counsel that she goes and get. You're that emotional and mental support for her. You need to pat yourself on the fucking back for that shit, man. You deserve to be paid for that, man. You deserve that woman's possessions to be yours. You deserve to be the head of that relationship. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, because you putting in that work that her father used to do. You validating her. That shit is precious. A man's validation is precious, man. That shit is not to be taken lightly. But this world want to take it so light to where they basically done push the man into being a damn slave, chasing money just to put money in a woman's pocket. For what? She don't need your money. She can make money her damn self. But you run around trying to pay all her bills like some goddamn cluck, some simp. You run around to go pay all her bills. So then while you working, she gonna say, "Oh, I need somebody to be there for me. I need somebody to mentally support me and stimulate me." Now she chasing a nigga that ain't got no money, but he got the time and energy to be there for her and validate her. That's the dynamic that goes off. That's that's wrong. That dynamic need to be fixed. Like the black man shouldn't have to work his ass off at no damn slavery, man. When he taking care of his woman, when he head of his household, she should be going out making that money and bringing it to him. But hey, do what you've been doing, I guess. Shit, I guess what this world been teaching, I guess, been working so well. What they've been telling black people to do, I'm sure it's been working so well. I'm sure there's tons of families all over this kingdom, all over our people is just living happily ever after. I'm sure. But if it ain't been working, you need to be listening to what the UPK been saying about relationships and the things that the Lord said. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Man, we live at 5:30 every Wednesday. Take Round Radio. You may not have a question, but somebody in your Facebook page may have a question, may have a something they want to ask about. Hit that like button, hit that share button. All right, we got a question right here. Let me see if I can fix that real quick, make that banner a little stronger. All right. All right. We got a question here. Is it required for a man to marry a woman inside the ISUPK? Is it required? Let's break it down. Is it required for a man to marry? First, let's start it right there. It ain't required for a man to marry shit. If you don't want to sleep with no women, you don't have to sleep with no women. Christ ain't sleep with no women. Paul wasn't sleeping with no women. They was focused on the work of the Lord. So you don't have to marry nobody. You don't have to sleep with nobody. But making sure that's out there. Now, is it now? So you don't have to marry at all. Is it required to marry a woman inside the ISUPK? So now, if you want to marry, do you have to sleep with and marry? Marriage is a state of sleeping with somebody in constant sexual building of that relationship. Like if you ain't having sex with the person, you ain't married. But if you're having sex with them, you're married to them. All right. Do you have to? Is it required of you to marry a woman inside the UPK? It is not required for you to marry a woman inside the ISUPK. You can marry a woman outside the ISUPK and bring her into the ISUPK. That's classical right there. You meet a woman, drop that game on her, spit that game to her, drop the truth on her. She said, you know what? I like you and I like this, what you're talking about a little bit. You know, I'm going to join with you and change religion for you, which majority of women do. Women become the religion that their husband tell them to be, their husband is. The majority of the time. Now, is it required for a man to marry a woman inside the UPK? You don't have to marry a sister in the UPK. All right, so don't ever, hold yourself back. Like, you see a sister out and about, she liking you, you liking her. This is what you don't want to do. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to meet a woman outside the ISUPK, and then as you getting to know her, cover up that you're in the UPK. You don't want to do that. You don't want to hide it. You don't want to hide that you Israelite. Okay? You don't want to be like, well, look, I want to sleep with her first, and then I'll tell her, I don't celebrate Christmas, and I don't celebrate Easter, and I don't celebrate birthdays. I want to sleep with her first, then I'll tell her that I don't go to church. I don't believe in the churches. You don't want to sleep with her and then later spring on all these beliefs that you have. In the fact that you won West. You don't want to do that. Let her know. Man, hit that like button, hit that share button, y'all. You might not have a question, but someone on your page may have a question. Help them out. Hit that like button, hit that share button. So yeah, so that's what you want to do, man. You want to be yourself, but you don't want to hide that you're One West, that you're UPK. That's gonna turn out bad right there, because you hiding it, but you ain't tell her all these things. You just springing it on her. It's going to be problematic. All right. Let's get to the next question. All right. Question here by Kwasha. Slacker out of wine. How do you deal with a brother who always bring up the past? When we were in the world and now we are in the truth. So, how do you deal with a brother or a person who always bring up the past? Let's change the music around real quick. Hold on one sec. So, says the evil we or he did. So you dealing with somebody that's always bringing up the past of the evil y'all did together or he did. He's just always bringing up the past. All right. Now, if this brother's in the truth, let's start with that. Let's say this brother's in the truth and he's bringing up the old things. There's a scripture that say any man put his hand to the plow and look back is not worthy of the kingdom. It's not worthy of me. This is Christ talking. If you're with somebody, you spending time with somebody, y'all hanging out, this and that, and he's always talking about something you don't want to talk about, this is how you solve that. You need to talk about what you want to talk about. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. I was with my brother in the world, and I don't know, I was stopping by his house or something. I was kicking it with him for a quick second, just saying what's up, you know what I mean? And he kept telling me about some damn sports, like telling me about sports, like, oh, the statistics here and the game here and the playoffs here and the game football, the game basketball and the game baseball and the sport of sports and sports. And he was just telling me about sports, and I don't give a damn about sports, right? So I started talking about what I wanted to talk about. I care about, the truth. So he was telling me about baseball. I said, well, look, baseball, we used to have our own baseball teams, the Black Negro leagues. It was ruined when we joined the white man's baseball leagues. I started talking like that. Conversation shut down pretty quickly. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you being vexed with his conversation that you say it was evil, he kept bringing up the past evil stuff. If you're vexed with his conversation, then you need to vex him with righteous conversation. That's how that works. Some cat always talking to you about some old, wicked shit. Start talking to him about some righteous shit. And I guarantee you he gonna fold. Because the darkness can't stand the light. Wickedness can't stand righteousness. So he either gonna capitulate and be like, damn, I need to start changing because my man's talking on some other shit and I need to start being like him. Or he gonna say, I don't want to hear this type of shit. I'm leaving. I don't want to talk to you no more, bro. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to beer with you, drink with you, kick it with you, none of that, because you always talking that, righteous blackity black talk, or you always talking that Bible talk, or you always however he want to say it. He gonna withdraw himself, or he gonna change his tone to the conversation that you bringing up. It's gonna be one or the two. But you shouldn't just sit there quietly listening and just being bombarded with wicked shit, with stuff that, there is no profit. Change the conversation. Change the conversation to something that is profitable to talk about. And if he don't like it and he don't want to talk about it no more, then y'all just don't talk as much. Or he changed his tone on the wicked stuff he talking about. He keep bringing up the past. Shit, hell, you bringing up the past, bring up how you can change from the past and how you looking forward to the future. And you want the future to be a brighter day, clean of all that wicked stuff you used to do back them days that you hated those things. And now you want to do better. You want to, you want to repent and bring forth fruits meet for repentance. You want to do things in life that make up for all the wicked stuff that you used to do. And start talking about the great things of the Lord. That's what you do. Then the conversation will change. And you don't got to worry about being vexed with evil conversation or with wicked conversation. Jersey City in the building. But yeah, that's how you deal with that. Don't shrink from that. Deal with that. So back to the main conversation. We're gonna get ready to close it out. No more questions on the chat. I don't see no more. Black collar work needs to be respected. Any woman out there who watches this and you got a man who's there for you, who supports you mentally, emotionally, you could talk to him. He's, and he can help you make decisions. He's just there for you. He's just there as a person to listen. He's invested in you in your life. You need to, if that's your husband, that's your man that you're sleeping with, or even if it's not your man you're sleeping with, even if it's your brother, your sister, not your brother, your dad or uncle, you know what I mean? But majority of the times when you're dealing with grown-ups, that person is, for a woman, her man that she's sleeping with, her man. If you got a man who's there, you need to make sure you give him all that money. Give him your money, man. Y'all can work it out where you still pay all the bills first, but you need to make sure you appreciate all the shit that you put him through. You need to appreciate all the times he argued with you when you had demons on your ass. When you were thinking wrong and he corrected you. You need to appreciate that in every way possible that you can. Because he's putting in work for you, sister. He's putting in that black collar work. That should take energy. To you, is to talk and stuff like that. It feels good to talk. But to a man, to sit and just talk to his woman, that takes energy, man. If he's going out working 2-3 jobs and ain't got to come home and now your job also, that means that nigga's working 24/7. I mean, that nigga don't get no rest. All right, and you can't sustain that way, so you gotta relieve that man, man. Make sure he don't gotta work that hard at the white man's job, so he can he can have more energy to spend time with you. This is the demon. This is the problem with the woman taking the money and not giving it to her man, or not letting her man be over the money. She's sitting there watching her man struggle while she going out buying purses and bags and spending money on stupid shit, or it ain't even got to be stupid stuff. It's just stuff she want, as opposed to putting the money in getting his say so and getting his approval on what to do with money. That's what's so wicked about it, because he's working, but he ain't getting no pay. So you woman, you better make sure you paying that man, paying him in all the ways you can. If you ain't got money, pay him in something else. But if you got money, make sure you put money in his pocket, paying his phone, keeping his phone bill paid, keeping fresh boots on his feet. If you got to pay to keep his hair braided, pay that shit. That's where your money need to go. Your money need to stop going to the foolishness of this world. All right. So that's black collar work, man. That's today's lessons, man. This has been Take Ground Radio Matrix Sessions with the relationship advice, not only between a man and his woman, but between a man and his friends, his co-workers, his family, extended family, everybody, man. We all got to change. We all got to do better. We all got to learn more, become brand new, especially when you're learning this truth. It's time to get right with the Most High, man. There's only a little bit of time left. Lay up your folly ground. Bring forth fruits meet for repentance. Most High coming as a thief in the night. No man know the day nor the hour. It's time for you to get right with the Lord. Be as children of the day and not as children of the night. Get in this ISUBK, get in classes near you. Go to ISUBK.com, pay your tithes. 10% of any money you earn, pay that money so the Lord can bless you with more money. Go to the classes, get right, learn the truth, so you can live right with your brothers and sisters, man. All right, to the children of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Captain Kapasha, the ISUBK, with relationship advice and another Take Ground breakdown. With that said, shalom.
Young Billy.
Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still UPK, still undefeated, still one West, still keep the heat up, still in the streets, still on the block. My people need healing, priests and prophets, bring it out. Black watch, the white man is the devil, drop dead and kick rocks. Blood of an Israelite, this for the 12 tribes. I'm a soldier, motherfucker, so I'm ready to block. Cross the line, play with your life. Now who that talking about that UPK? Long beards and them niggas with them boots and braids, raising up the children of Israel every goddamn day. Warfare, angry black men with rage. UPK, motherfucker. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out.